Kia ora, and welcome to Elevate Her Game, a podcast where we sit down with inspiring women who are doing incredible things, diving deeper into their stories, their journeys, and what drives them. You're joined by journos Hannah Fick and Michaela Lemon.
Today we talk to Emma McLeod, young Kiwi cricketer who talks us through how she gets into the zone before a big match, her favourite hype songs, and even her favourite sweet treat. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. I know you've got a busy schedule with cricket and studying, of course. So Thank you so much.
No, thanks for having me. No, I'm really excited. Never really done this before, so.
Start us off. Tell us, who is Emma McLeod? How have you gotten to where you are today?
Hitting it off with a deep question already. But, I guess youngest daughter of three older brothers. So I guess that's where my competitive spirit came from. Love of sport. I grew up in a little small town, Masterton, in the Wairarapa, so humble beginnings, maybe some would say, but absolutely loving my time in Christchurch so far. Just kind of having brothers, did whatever they did, got into sport really young, just wanted to be involved really. Being the only girl, you're easy to be left out. So, any chance I could get involved with the boys was definitely taken up on. And so, got my hands on a cricket bat and then kind of just took off from there, never really stopped, never looked back. And I guess I get to play cricket in the summer. It's the best summer job I've ever had. So it's pretty awesome. And doing some study while I'm in Christchurch. Really love this city. It's awesome. I'm second year at the moment. And
what are you studying?
I'm doing a BCom, Eco and Finance. So majoring in Eco and minoring in Finance. But it's all a bit random. I actually changed my degree last year, so kind of need to start ticking off a few things to actually get the degree. But it's all just like to kind of find that balance with cricket, life, friends, flatting,
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of where I am at the moment. Loving
good.
life.
How's it been being such a young player on the world stage playing cricket?
It's been kind of awesome. Like, I've been really lucky to be in that age group where we got under 19s as well. So I've been in 2 World Cups for that. And to kind of get that exposure early on, get used to sort of playing those high-level competitions against teams, players from all sorts of backgrounds, different countries. So getting that exposure to that, and also just the admin around the game, so like the build-up, the interviews, all the chaos. And so coming into my debut for the White Ferns and things, it kind of felt like I was kind of used to that stuff. Like, I knew sort of how that all rolled. Obviously, it's a bit different when you're finally playing for the top team of your country and there's actually a crowd and things like that. But it sort of helps sort of build that gradual sort of climb into and getting used to sort of the atmosphere around playing on the world stage and playing those sort of teams.
And talking about playing in front of a massive crowd, how do you deal with the pressure of that? And was that a bit daunting to start off with?
I wouldn't say massive, but in Christchurch, in my T20 debut, it was pretty awesome. I think we had the biggest crowd that we've had for women's cricket in the country, in New Zealand.
Awesome. Wow.
But it was just one of those times where you just I don't know, you want to replicate that moment in your mental space where you just don't really care. Like, it just doesn't, you don't really notice it. It just, if anything, it almost fuels you to focus, hyper-focus and sort of compete even that little extra more. But I guess with the crowd is the added pressure of, having to actually prove yourself and actually coming into the T20 debut. I hadn't actually scored any runs in the ODI series, so it was sort of like, prove yourself moment, but kind of finding ways to, working with mental psychs and things and just trying to refocus that mind and focus on what's actually important there.
What was that first game for the White Ferns like? Do you remember much of it?
My first one was in Hawke's Bay, which is technically home because I'm from the Central Districts, which is the sort of the domestic team that I play for, the Hinds. It's kind of like the Hurricanes. That's how I always say it to uni people. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. So that covers a massive region. Anyway, so Hawke's Bay is one of the central hubs in for the Central Districts. Anyway, it's 2.5 hours away from home, but it's all good. Anyway, my family was there. two of the three brothers, mum and dad, and then some of my cricket buddies actually took the trip from like Wellington and Hamilton, so that was really cool. And yeah, it was surreal to be out there fielding, but I got rained off. So we fielded for about 30 overs and then called it a day. But that was pretty awesome. That was like my first little taster of it all. I remember the first time the ball was hit to me and I was like, oh my God. Please do not let this go through your feet and go for a boundary. But I didn't, thankfully. Yeah. I feel like my pinch me moment though was actually at Saxon Oval, which is another home ground, but that's in Nelson. And I was on the boundary and there was a pretty decent crowd. Nelson always turns up, which is great. And Susie Bates was bowling and I was just on the boundary and I was looking around. There's little kids like wanting to get little autographs and things. Cute. And I was just like, oh, this is quite cool. Like kind of pinched me. Like this is literally my idol that I'm getting to field against and like just taking it all in. It was an absolute day for it. Sunny Nelson. So yeah, I think that was kind of my moment where I was like, oh my gosh, look what I'm doing. This is so surreal. But yeah.
Awesome. Was cricket always your goal, especially like at school?
Yeah, like when I was really little, I tell a story of I think I used to get asked what I wanted to be when I grew up when I was like 5 and I said a lion. And so when the realization hit that I can't just, change into a different species, I realized I really love sport and I guess lucky enough to be in the sort of generation that I am in, that there is actually a career possibility there. And so kind of realised pretty early, and well, I don't know, I was probably quite arrogant as well as a young girl. I didn't really realise that, maybe girls don't get paid as much or whatever it is, but I always wanted to make that my career, like, something that you really enjoy. So cricket's always been in the forefront, or whatever sport. I used to just say, I just want to be a professional athlete, I don't care what it is, and cricket just kind of, fell into that.
When did you realise you could play it professionally?
I don't know when I realised. I think I kind of always knew that sporting you could do it professionally. I don't know, like having the Olympics on the TV growing up and, you had the All Blacks and all that stuff. I didn't really think of it as like, can women do the same? It was like, the All Blacks are playing. Sweet, I'll go play a bit of backyard, rugby with my brothers and I'll give it a go this season as well. Like I used to just chop and change all the time with sports. I just kind of, I would say I was pretty young when I was like, I want to work hard on this. Like even if I think my first time playing hardball, I was like, let's go. Like I'm going to Christchurch for under 13 tournament. I'm pretty much already there.
Yeah.
So
basically, yeah.
Did you play any other sports like growing up through school and that kind of thing?
Hockey's been a massive part of my I guess journey. I've actually taken a break this year just because cricket's ramped up a little bit and we had quite a few little tours and camps throughout the winter. Would have just been a little bit tough, and trying to do the uni as well would have been tough work. So took a break from it. But last year, I played club here and Canterbury stuff as well, which was really cool to be a part of, changing it from the old Wairarapa. But yes, that's been a sport that's really I've held really close to me, and like growing up through school as well, it was a lot of fun. And I also dabbled in a bit of tennis, quit that pretty early, and squash. It's hard. I mean, credit to anyone that plays those solo sports. Like I just can't do it. I have to have a team around me, otherwise it's just too much on the mental side.
Fair enough.
Throw my toys.
What surprised you the most about moving into professional sport, as opposed to just playing for a club or throughout school?
I think the biggest shift for, I guess the biggest surprise was like the level of athleticism. Going from sort of my small school in my small region, like it was easy to be kind of, I guess, one of the better ones. And so like it was quite good to really be brought very, very below the ground, like humbled straight away. Like having a camp with the White Ferns this year, like incredible how strong they are. And you'd look at them and be like, all good. Like you could try and take them on. But honestly, like it's just unreal. And so I think, pretty tough, like getting, like you can easily like compare yourself to that, and it can be quite difficult to deal with sort of. But once you kind of get over that and sort of reframe that mindset of, oh my God, that's where I can be, and they've definitely be in the same position that I've been in, and it's kind of really inspiring. Like, I'm on my Strava grind at the moment, and seeing that stuff is so cool. Like, following them and just seeing the work they put in and day out is really inspiring and just gets you going. And seeing your own progress too, and also like being proud of yourself as well, and seeing how far you've also come is a big thing for me, and realising that and recognising that. But I think the level of the athleticism and the professionalism that comes with it, not just because they're getting paid, but like what they're actually doing day in, day out to be the best is something that was surprising but really cool to see and really inspiring going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you look up to, and who did you look up to growing up?
I always loved Kane Williamson. I just love the way that he goes about his business, is so like technically perfect. I don't know. I had a book when, my brother did, and I stole it, of course. But he has this book, and it was so cool. It was like a little handbook of cricket shots and everything. It was just like bliss. But growing up, definitely him. Obviously, Big Mac, Brendan McCullum, awesome guy. You also have like Richie McCaw. Yeah, so cool. You can tell I grew up with brothers. But then when I started seeing like the women on stage, like obviously the Susie Bates, Mealy Kerr has been a massive inspiration for me now. Like, definitely still a massive idol. Like, pinch myself every time I'm in the room with her. Like, it's crazy stuff. But she is just like achieved so much at such a young age. Is honestly one of the best in the world. Is doing some incredible stuff with the Treading Water series as well. Little plug. But like she's so mature and just so beyond her years. It's unreal. And someone that I definitely want to play alongside soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Have you got any sort of pre-game rituals that you do, or something to get yourself hyped for a game?
Hype?
Yeah.
One of my major rituals that I always have to do is I write in a little book, and it's like affirmations or just little focus areas, trying to keep it simple. I used to just write pages and pages, but keeping that simple. But I guess for a bit of hype, like I don't shy away from a bit of music, white girl sing-alongs, know. Something that I can belt to is really great.
What's your favourite white girl sing-along song?
Oh my God, there's so many. Anything by Riri is great.
Yes.
Breaking Dishes.
Yes.
That one is, like
very trending at the moment.
Oh my God, that will get you in the mood.
Yeah.
I have been on my D&B journey
Ask you that.
in the gym. Like when I've been working with my PT guy, he's like, Emma, like we kind of have to change it up from these white girl sing-alongs all the time. I was like, okay, sweet. I should get my friends like playlist sorted. Anyway, so now like Night Shift as well. Like that's a good one. Anyway, but no. Like I just love. I'm a real sucker for a bit of music, bit of upbeat. Anything with ABBA too. Just cheekily out there.
Yeah.
Once you play one song, it has to be the whole album though.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Favourite ABBA song?
Oh, Angel Eyes.
Oh,
sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that
It's
one
a bit
actually.
more niche, I think.
Just Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I won't sing it because it's be
That
terrible.
was a good.
That was,
Good
to do
demo.
a complete 180. How do you balance playing cricket and also your day-to-day life?
It can be pretty difficult at times, especially cricket. A lot of my trainings are actually throughout the day, and so I'm also supposed to be studying. So that means that often I'd kind of, am watching the lectures online and finding ways around that. But I'd say last sem was probably the most difficult. It's been like trying to balance all of that. Had a few camps, went to England, and right in around after like mid-year exams, so that was pretty tough. And I honestly felt like I was more catching up rather than actually studying, and just not really feeling like I was learning the content until the last 2 weeks where you're studying but you're actually kind of learning. You're like, oh wow, that's interesting. But so actually this sem I did decide to drop a paper just to give myself a bit more time to actually study, learn the content, and also just take the pressure off with my cricket as well and find a bit more balance there. And I've actually really enjoyed it. So being able to go to uni a bit more, I'll go see some of my friends in the lecture theatres every now and then. They're like, oh, like I didn't realize you did this course. And it's like, yep, yeah, I do. And so trying to get to uni as much as I can, but not putting so much pressure on myself, because that's the other thing is I'd say I would be a little bit of a perfectionist in that aspect, like setting high standards, and sometimes you just can't meet everything. So letting yourself have that sort of extra, leniency and spreading out the course. So I'll probably look to do a summer paper as well, just to keep it just nice and spread and balanced. It's definitely been a massive help, but yeah.
What is your training schedule like?
It's pretty random. It kind of changes week by week, but generally it's like on the sort of contract I'm at the moment, I'm on like a player of interest thing from NZC. So it doesn't mean that I'm on a White Ferns contract, but it means that I'm getting the support I need over the winter. So I get 2 trainings with like a NZC coach for my skills, and then 3 trainings with a sort of PT guy in the gym. And then I'll have my club twice a week or whatever it is, and then I'll be looking to get some extra sessions, solo sessions, or just with like some cricket mates in and around that too. And then some cricket in the weekend. That's sort of what it looks like. And
has there been times when you've been playing the game and you felt really under pressure, and how have you dealt with that?
So many times, like all the time.
Yeah.
Cricket is a crazy game because it's advertised as a team sport, but it's a team sport full of individuals at times. It's like, I don't know, when you're out there batting, it's pretty like you against 11 others sometimes, it feels like. So yeah, I'd say I always feel the pressure going out there, whether it's an open wicket training or playing a game. Like I get pretty nervous. But I guess like thinking about actual examples, like my debut for the White Ferns for the T20 stuff, like I said, I didn't have any runs on the board in the ODI things, and knowing that I kind of had a bit of something to prove, I was definitely starting to feel the pressure. But I had a really good talk with the psych, Warwick. He was with the team at the time, and we just kind of, I'm a sucker for thinking about things that I really can't control and clouding my thoughts. So trying to just simplify it and refocus my mind onto what was important. And we came up with a little tool that I still use, and it's just answering 3 simple questions is what are my strengths? So it might be running fast between the wickets or playing straight, and then what is my actual role in the team? So like what do the coaches actually want from me? And that's just being busy at the crease and like looking for ways to score. And then what are the consequences of doing so? So what are the consequences if it goes right? Well, I might get some runs. What are the consequences if it doesn't go well? Well, at least I know that I tried. I still get to stay on tour, in that sense. Like I would write down like, get to eat the yum food at the end at Hagley, like stuff like that. Yeah. And it just kind of like every time I felt those thoughts like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, who do I think I am? Sucker for a bit of imposter syndrome. I would just try and go back to those 3 questions, and that I found that really helped. Yeah.
Do you feel like women's sport is becoming more prominent and represented, especially like in the media?
Yeah, I think it's growing so much. Cricket in New Zealand as well. Like, I think it's taking off. What the Black Ferns did as well for the rugby, I think that was really cool to see when we had the World Cup here. Like that was incredible. I think it's only getting better and better. There's only getting more and more funding. With all the franchise leagues popping up as well for cricket overseas, that's a really, really exciting thing as well. And it's just getting, I don't know, I feel the excitement. And I think growing up now, like young girls can really see the pathway. And one thing I was really excited about when I got my call up was I knew so many little girls at home, and they could really see that pathway now. Like they saw how I went through, the age group stuff, my school cricket, going into CD. Like it's tough because we didn't have all the facilities in one thing. Like we had to, you have to travel around and really make of it what you want, and a lot of it you have to do on your own and find people that are willing to back you. And even if that's just your parents, like it's just getting out there and finding a way. And I think little girls seeing that and seeing that it is doable really, really exciting.
Where do you see women's sport in 5 years' time?
Where do I see it? I think, I don't know, I wouldn't say it on the same level as the men, but I really hope that it starts getting, it almost builds its own fan base. I think like often we try and couple the two together, the men and the women, and I think if we can start, having its own fan base, it's on its own, it's its own thing, I think that'll be really cool. And like it doesn't always have to be double headers or whatever it is. It can be, a standalone thing that people are genuinely excited for. And I think, the rugby is something that's really showing that as well. Like my coach from home, I mean, he gasses up anyone, but he's like, oh, I just love how the women play rugby. Like, it's just so technical and rah-de-rah. But it's like genuinely cool that people can notice that sort of stuff. And like, I don't know, because women's sport is different to men's sport because, you have to find different ways to play it. It's a different game. So I think if, the more we can recognise that and it start generating in its own, being its standalone thing is really cool. Yeah.
Have you got any goals for the rest of your career?
Definitely want to get a contract. That'd be awesome. And just really want to be one of those players that little girls like me can look up to.
What piece of advice would you give to young women listening to this who want to get into professional sport?
The advice I'd give is not my own, so copyright. But so we had Kendra Cox-Sedge. Oh my gosh, I knew I'd stuff that up. But she came and talked to our under-19 World Cup squad group before we left, and she talked about goal setting. And her and actually Dan Carter have the same thing. If they set this massive ambitious goal of being a great black fern or a great all black, and then they had this massive goal, but they broke it up. So year by year, month by month, week by week, almost day by day. And she would talk about how every week she'd sit down on Sunday, she'd write her goals for the week, what she wanted to achieve. She'd also reflect on the week prior as well. And then that just kind of breaks these massive ambitions into bite-sized, manageable pieces that you can just consistently back up day in, day out. And I think that's such a cool thing to do. Like now I have a little whiteboard that I've got my little weekly planner. And it's just fun to like really tick it off and see it. It's almost like makes it real. And it just makes a massive goal like that manageable and like you can see the progress and you can track it. I think when we set these massive goals but don't back it up with these consistent efforts or have any way to measure them, it gets hard and it's like, oh no, Sabes. It's so far away and it's so hard to see it.
Yeah.
And so when you can start seeing the progress and you can start seeing yourself achieve, it's like, okay, now I can do this, So I'd say set dream massive, dream big, but also back it up with those little efforts, 1%ers.
1% better every day. That's the saying.
Grind set. There we go.
What legacy do you hope to leave both on and off the pitch?
Oh, legacy. I don't know. I think as a player, I think what people would say about me is that I'm really incredibly energetic and loud in the field, like kind of a pest. And I think I'd want to keep that. I want to stay true to that. So, regardless of my performance, I always want to give to the team and support the girls, give everything I can to them and serve them as well. So, I don't know, just to be like the sort of a selfless player that, brought energy and that type of player that, you could see out in the field and you wouldn't be able to tell if they've had a good or a bad day, I think that's really cool. Not that affect anyone else, how I've performed personally. So,
and then to finish our interviews, we do 10 quickfire questions with our guests. Yay. So are you ready?
Yeah.
The first one's quite deep. If you could have dinner with one woman, dead or alive, who would it be?
I don't know. I feel like this is so silly, but I would honestly just say Amelika because she just, has so much wisdom. I feel like it would just be great chats. She's also apparently funny. I don't know, she'll just ask you some weird questions. So I feel like I really love that. I love a bit of weird chat. So, and also to delve deep into some of what she's gone through growing up because she's, incredible. She was in the White, which is 16 or something insane. So she's really experienced it all.
Yeah. If you could switch careers for a day, what would you do?
if I wasn't sporty, I'd low-key feel like I'd be like a theatre kid or something like that.
Yeah.
But like you could never have those, like you can't do theatre and also do your sport because they just
High School Musical.
no. I mean, unless you're him, unless you're Zac Efron.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like that's so fun. Like I'm a sucker for a production. Love Mamma Mia, so. Or like do content create. I feel like that's fun.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you get to do whatever you want and you just film it. Like,
You could do that with your like.
You could do it with cricket, yeah.
yeah.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Probably not to take yourself so seriously. I feel like when I was young, oh my gosh, like so many high, and still the same. Like I need to tell this to myself right now, but just majorly high expectations, and if I didn't meet them, then I'd be like beating myself up over it, and I'd be like 12, just trying to do my homework, like just chill out. So I think don't take yourself so seriously. Just let yourself go. Enjoy being a little kid. I think you try and be too mature or whatever when you're young, and it's just like enjoy being like a little child, just go do that weird stuff that you used to do. Yeah.
What's something you do before a game to help you get in the zone?
Writing my book, listening to some music, a little bit of visualization every now and then, watch some old clips as well, just to get that confidence, see yourself do it, visualize yourself do it, and then when you get out to actually do it, you feel like you've done it before. So
You go to a sweet treat?
yay. I'm a sucker for a bit of chocolate. I love, but also ice cream as well. Like if I could really choose, go to Rollerkin, get the Hokey Pokey Toki, or when they had that, what are those scotch? What are they? It's not butterscotch, is it? What are those cookies called? Biscoff. Oh my gosh, Biscoff.
Yeah.
Yum. Yeah. Crunchy bar. Oh.
What's something people would be surprised to know about you?
When I've said it to my flatmates before, it's like I really hate earthquakes, which is why I'm here in Christchurch. No, it's like it's one of my biggest fear. I just hate them.
Yeah. Who's the most powerful woman that you know?
I want to say my mum, but I feel like it's so cliche. But I just because I love my mum. I don't think she's that powerful. I definitely can take her on. But nah, she's just so cool. I don't know. She, always tramping with her mates, going up biking. Like she'll eat me up on a hill run any day of the week, and she's like 56 now. So
Wow.
yeah, she's pretty awesome, and she does it all. She's done it all for my brothers, coaching. She's one of those mums, always roped in to the school teams, to the rep teams. And on top of that, did her own work, had to give up her physio stuff to give birth to all of us. So I think, she's a pretty awesome lady.
What's your favourite hobby outside of cricket?
I love a bit of surfing. I'm getting into it a bit more recently because it's one of those things, if you don't do it, then it's so hard to get back into it. But going around to Taylor's and surfed Magnet Bay the other week. So cool out there. Awesome. Reminds me of home. It's really isolated and rocky. Love it. It's something I've done sort of ever since I was little. Like it's kind of my dad's thing that he had on us. So he didn't really play cricket, but he does a lot of surfing and crayfishing. So that's cool.
How do you celebrate your wins, both big and small?
Cheeky beaver. No, absolutely not. I think little treats like that, little sweet treats. I don't know. Like my flat's so good at making the box cakes for any little celebration we might have, so that's really cute.
Cool.
Love like a good meal. Connecting with the family. Like if we've had a good day out in the weekend and driving home with mum and stuff used to be so fun. And just get a little bit of hype from the parents. I don't know, just like kind of relaxing and just giving myself a bit of my own time as well. Like just treating myself, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, well deserved. And finally, what's one thing that you're most proud of?
Just like how I'm continuing to grow and I'm seeing the progress in my mental game, in my physical game, and also in cricket and in life. Like I think yeah, like cricket's been such an incredible gift to me because it's been so like valuable to life itself as well. Like I've learned so much about how I deal with challenges and how I can overcome them, and the skills I've learned from psychs and everything I can really implement into everyday life. And so it's cool that I've had this weird little game to sort of use to help me deal with the bigger picture, which is life. So yeah, I think that's what I'm most proud of, is continuing to grow and learn. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was great to hear your story and how you got into professional cricket, and just getting to know you a little bit better.
Thank you.
Excited to see where you go in the future.
Yeah, same.